Hey there, welcome back to part 3 on how to integrate MongoDB with Unity. So I made some changes to our UI system. Here you can now enter your player name. And if you start a game, your player name will appear in the top left corner. And if you restart the game will already know your player name. You can also go to the very beautiful designed Highscore list and go back to the start menu. So this video is not about a UI builder. But let me get you a quick wrap up. Here we have the Highscore view with a list view. And we also have another view, the Start UI, with our UI pop-up, which contains the text element and our buttons. It also has a group with the player name and the score. So let me also get you quick through our UI input manager. Here we first initialize our start view. In here we initialize every element we need. And we also set the player name if we know the player already. We set the player name to our top label and disable the input. And of course we also need a method to set the score. To start the game we check for the input or if our current player name is not empty. Then we can tell our game controller to set the player name, disable our UI pop-up and start the game. For the Highscore view, we change our visual tree asset to our Highscore asset and initialize the list and the button. To actually show the Highscore, we ask our game controller for all the Highscores. Then we can add them to a new item list. With this, we can create a list of labels and pass them to our Highscore list view. To go back, we can just hide the current view and initialize the start view again. So let's have a look at the Realm entities. In the Highscore, nothing has changed, but we have a new object, GameUsers. Here, I don't use the object key as primary key. I use the system info device unique identifier to make sure we only have one entry for every device. You can also think about using the Google ID or the Apple App ID. We also have an object user score, which represents the current score. So let's have a look at our RealmController. For the configuration, you pretty much know everything from the last video. So let's see how the different objects work. First, we bind our player. For this, we select the game user with our systeminfo.device unique identifier. If we don't have a game user, we create one. After that, we can get the player name or set the player name. From here, it's very straightforward. We bind the current score. If we don't have one, we create one. We can get the score and we can set the score. For the Highscore, the same. We bind the current Highscore. If we don't have one, we create one. And we can get a list of the score sorted by the score value. And we also just get the top 5. And of course, we can create a new Highscore if it's greater than the current score. And that's it for today. We now have a functional online database where we can store our player name, our score and Highscore, and get a list of all Highscores from all players. Next time, we will try to get to the performance limits of this online database. So, I hope you learned something new today. Subscribe to watch more tutorials and I'm sure I see you in the next.